Hello and welcome to Unstuck. My name is Andri Søren. I'm a musician and a photographer, amongst other things. And this vlog is about all of the invisible stuff that accompanies being a creative person. By that I mean the kind of mental stuff that you go through, the stuff related to practical matters, all of the things which I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but I think are interesting, and I swear I hear a lot of my colleagues, let's call them, in the creative world talking about, and I didn't see very many videos about. So let's do this. Today, appropriately, I want to talk about what it's like to make YouTube videos. And again, I've not seen that many videos on that. I'm sure there are plenty. I just didn't witness any myself. And it's been a very interesting experience for myself so far. So here goes. First thing to say is it's pretty weird talking into a camera lens on your own in a room where you've closed the windows and put some lighting on and stuff. It's a bit strange, but the good news is you get used to it pretty quickly. What is far stranger, arguably, is hearing your own voice an awful lot, looking at yourself from a whole bunch of different angles if you turn away from the camera at any point. And that takes a while. That's a bit of a strange one. And again, that's something I'm used to thanks to other people making videos of me, and also because it's just something I do for work. But again, the good news is you just get used to it. And if you feel like doing it, just break through it and don't ever spend too much time overanalyzing what you're doing. You are who you are, and I am who I am, and just get on with it. I think the thing which is maybe the most intimidating, or the big thing that sort of sits at the back of your mind, is that you're making yourself really vulnerable. You're kind of, depending on what you're talking about, but I'd still think for any video it's largely true, you're kind of making yourself vulnerable to the world. You are opening up your brain and your thoughts and all of the stuff that goes along with it, and opening yourself up for criticism and for people to either maybe not even watch it at all, or if they do watch it, you don't even hear anything back from them. And that can be tough. I'm getting used to it. I've had a lot of fortune and a lot of really positive comments and a lot of views on some videos. And yet the last few ones I've made, it's not so many people watching them, but I'm pretty okay with that. Of course you want more people to watch them, but if I've learned anything, the most important thing is to keep going and to keep making something and build up momentum, and not, I spent 4 hours making that video and I got 80 views. Like, that's not the important thing. That's the headline figure for the day, but that's not the whole story at all. So that's a really big thing I've learned. The second thing I've picked up is this notion of being structured and keeping your thoughts in some kind of clear order. I took some time today to look back on my first videos of this vlog, and it was painful. I'm sorry, some of you watched a lot of waffling before I got to the point, and wasn't always very high energy, and I've seen how I've already improved over the first few videos, so that's all good. But for a moment I was a little bit horrified, and it's a reminder to keep yourself sharp and just try to follow the maxim of less is more. And that's tricky because you want to balance some kind of structure with freewheeling thoughts and also just having some fun. And that's certainly an interesting thing I'm learning, and it's still something I've got probably plenty to learn about. What also happens is that you see how much work it is to edit videos. To make them is one thing, to set up your space as you need it and make sure everything's tickety-boo, yeah, back with the tickety-boo, is one thing. But it all kind of comes back to respecting people's time and concentration, and that's an increasingly scarce resource these days. And when I watch back my videos, I think, wow, I could have maybe taken that whole chunk out. So killing some of the stuff that you said and throwing it away so that people just see the most important stuff is a really interesting process. Which brings me to the last thing, the third thing, which is kind of critiquing your own work and being able to step back from it and watch it in a kind of neutral way and work out, is this worth watching? And a way of doing that is taking a few weeks after the videos have gone out and watching them again, which is exactly what I did. And like I say, I was somewhat horrified, but I also saw enough improvement that I thought, okay, it's on the right track. And that relates an awful lot to what this whole vlog is about, which is about being able to critique your own work while still staying positive enough that you keep going, and taking those different hats that you got to wear to make good content or make good work, and to remember not to wear one of them for too long, because if you do that and you're only critical all the time, you'll just break yourself before anyone else has got a chance to reduce your enthusiasm for what you're doing. So as always, it's a timely reminder to be careful with how you look at things and to change perspective quite a lot on it, so that you're getting a sort of fair sense of what it is you're doing. And sometimes you need a bit of time to step back and see it with a new perspective. So that's a little bit what it's, oh God. Make the conclusion, man. You can do it. So bloopers are also definitely part of making videos like these. Anyway, that is what it's like making videos like these, or at least a little idea of what it's like. I don't want to talk too much because, as you might have already noticed, I could talk endlessly about this topic and others. All I can say are a few things in conclusion, and that it is intimidating to talk into a camera, and it is very weird watching yourself, but you get used to it, so just do it and it'll be fine. Furthermore, that you're going to have to find your own balance of being structured and being kind of flexible and just having fun in front of the camera, and only you can find out what that's going to be like. And lastly, as always, as I've said in other videos, we're sometimes our own worst enemy, and while you do need to critique your work and see where you can improve it, it's going to be this long process of making these videos and making them better bit by bit that matters, not whether you made them perfectly the first time. So with that, thank you for watching. Do let me know in the comments if there's something that you liked in this video or that chimed with your experiences or was helpful in any way. It really gives me a lot of energy to continue making these videos. And I can only wish that you yourselves go and get yourselves unstuck. And yeah, go do something. Ciao for now.